you feel like you did today, and how'd everything go?
I feel like I did great today, kind of wrapping up the whole pre-draft process in terms of being on the field and things like that between the pro day today and the combine. And, it's just an exciting feeling because looking back on everything, it's like kind of the end of a chapter that you work your whole life for. It's the end of a kind of, I wouldn't say an era, but like closing that little chapter. So, being here with a lot of the guys that I came in with and a lot of the old heads like Zelo and Tramel, it's just a humbling experience at this point because, I know what a lot of those guys been through in terms of, just being at Georgia in itself and to see guys reach success now, it just makes me happy.
Was there anything left that you felt like you needed to prove in this pro day compared to the combine?
I would say just more so proving myself right more than anything, just, proving it. Because I have an insane amount of belief in my ability and the things that God has blessed me to do. So I would say really just kind of proving myself right and just going out and doing the things that I already know that I'm capable of.
Kendall, what's been the most commonly asked questions from teams to you about your career here at Georgia?
A lot of teams just have asked just how I feel about my career at Georgia. You know what I mean? And with that question, it's an iffy question because, a lot of others will feel like that. I did good in a sense at Georgia. With me, I feel like I left a lot on the table in terms of just, missed games and things like that. There's a lot of opportunities that I missed to really showcase, my talent, which, at the end of the day, what I was told growing up on is control what you can control. So I can control how I work moving forward. I can control how I try to, stay on the field and be in the training room. I can control my work ethic, my attitude every day. So I try to control what I can control and, anything in the past.
Did you ever feel unlucky with all the injuries that because you had one every year until this past season?
Yeah, I mean, earlier on, I would say there was a feeling of kind of unluckiness in a sense. But, as I got older and kind of just, I would say, matured or got wiser in a sense, then, I realized that everything happens for a reason. Every part of the journey is part of God's plan. So, once I got to that kind of mindset and that realization, then there was no, feeling of, doubt or unluckiness in it.
You wanted another shot at the 40 today after the combine. How do you think you did?
I feel like I did good. I really, because I was fine with my time and everything. I just really, wanted another opportunity just to go out there and just, do it. Training for 7-8 weeks on it, you only get one opportunity. I might as well take the other advantage of it. Yes, sir.
Kendall, you look to this fall, there's going to be 3 freshman running backs here. Just what advice would you give them about what they're signing up for being a Georgia running back?
I'll tell them boys get ready to work. Yeah, especially coming in. I remember coming in from high school. You have your own little, I guess, workouts you put yourself through to kind of get ready for college. But, especially coming to Georgia, nothing that you do on your own will prepare you just for this. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get pushed in ways that you've never been pushed before. It's going to be some hard language on you. It's going to be a whole lot of, things that you're not used to. But I would say with them coming in, just always every day have the mindset to want to learn and want to get better and want to take advice from the people that have been here 3-4 years on how to have success at this university. I would say, aside from advice coming in, that's what I would tell them, once they step foot on campus.
All indications are you ran faster today at a heavier weight. What's it like training for specific drills like the 40 instead of football? Like Brock Bauer said, he'd just rather really be training for football, but training for 40, how tough is that to get ready for these kind of drills?
I would say training for the 40, it's actually been kind of fun, the past weeks being in Frisco and training for the 40. Main reason is because, you're with guys that you either played against or that you heard about in the media, playing football. Like, those are the guys you're with training every day. And, there was 2 players, Jared Verse and Keon Coleman. I was training with them down in Frisco. And every single day it was that debate going on of, oh, no, if y'all would have played, we would have did this. And, we went back and forth every single day. But it's really just, having fun with it. I would say, like, going between the combine training aside from football, the competition makes the combine training fun because you're with guys that, you're necessarily not around and you're just competing against each other. But same as Brock Bowers, I would say I would rather, train and work football-specific things, more than anything.
You kind of had that opt-in moment, and I think a lot of people are going to point to that after the SEC title game when you opted into the game and encouraged your teammates to follow you. Mm-hmm. That's become a big talking point right now with coaches saying, if you pay players, it could take away some of the incentive. How would you, I guess, put into perspective your mindset and why you played in the Orange Bowl even though a lot of people said it wasn't a playoff game, or some of the Florida State guys said it was a game that didn't matter.
Yeah, so I would say, and I mentioned this, one of the kind of benefits of coming in when I did, I came in I got a little taste of college pre-NIL, you know what I mean? And I got a taste of, what it means to have the brotherly relationships and, play for your brother and have that bond with somebody that you've been training with for the past 4 years, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys, I would say that everybody on this team is actually a real life brother. Even walking back in this locker room, everybody, it's like a family, vibe from it. So for me, being at a healthy spot that I was at, you know what I mean? It wasn't even a thought in my head to not play in the game because, if anybody knows, I know that your opportunities are only limited. You can actually miss a game due to injuries, things like that, in the snap of a second. So being able to have the opportunity to go out there, especially last game of the career, I believe it was kind of the cherry on top for the 50 wins. It was a no-brainer to be a part of an opportunity like that because at the end of the day, these guys are my brothers are my family. You know what I mean? I know they gonna go to war for me just like I go for them.
Where do you keep that Orange Bowl MVP trophy? I've seen it in a few pictures here and there.
Oh yeah, no, it's back in California now. Yeah, it's at Mama's crib.
What was your reaction to Del McGee getting a head coaching job at Georgia State? What has he sort of meant to this program?
Yeah, no, he deserves it 100%. Just the things that he's done for this program. I believe he's been here on staff since Kirby got here, the oldest coach on this, not oldest in age-wise, but oldest coach, coaching length-wise, since Coach Kirby has got here. So, everything that, he's needed to do here, he's done as far as getting the recruits, as far as developing running backs as football players as well as people off the field. Being that kind of that family figure, when kids come across the country, I feel like he's hammered at everything that he's wanted to get out of it. And, at this moment, he only deserves where he's at now. You know what I mean? Everything that he's getting now, he deserves it 100% because, I feel like, speaking me personally, that he's been a blessing to me being a coach and being, somebody I could talk to, being somebody off the field since he's gotten here. So everything that he's getting now, he deserves it. I'm 100% happy for him, and I can't wait to see, what he does with that program.
Kendall, you talked about your brothers and stuff like that. What has it been like to get to work with Dejan and get to go through this whole process with him?
No, it's actually funny because a lot of people know Dejan as the quiet person or, somebody that doesn't talk, which when I get around Dejan, he's complete opposite. You know what I mean? He doesn't stop talking. It's always jokes and stuff like that. So I would say, being back able to train with Dejan, we just kind of, like brothers, we're able to motivate each other in different ways. We're able to, before we even got started with drills, we dapped each other up and said, all right, bro, let's put in work. We've been training for a long time for this. Let's put in work. I could say that's my real life brother, somebody that I care about, to the fullest. So to be able to come out here and really just chase our dreams together, you couldn't find more of a blessed situation.
Kendall, what's the biggest thing you want NFL teams to know about what you bring to the table?
I would say just versatility, just being able to do multiple things, and also a hardworking leader. And I would say that's kind of more of a natural-born leader, just kind of giving guys the road to, how to do things correctly, how to make the right decisions, just being an overall leader in the sense to have somebody be able to trust them to carry your team, to make those decisions that'll take your team over that hump. I would say those are the main things that I would say, teams get in.
Kendall, a lot of your former backfield mates, Kenny, Zeus, James, are in the NFL now. And what is some of the advice that they've given you throughout this whole process?
Football is football, no matter what level. Because I can remember when I was in high school coming in, you just picture things as so much different, and especially being at a school like Georgia where every year is, a lot of the top players are coming out and you're practicing with the top players every single day. You're lifting with the top players every single day. So just football is football. At the end of the day, I want to word it the right way, but, you're facing NFL talent every single day. So it's not like the speed or the physicality or things like that, would be a huge, shift, but you're going against NFL talent every day. So I would just say the biggest advice they've given me is never, you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to psych yourself out or get too emotional. Football is football. It's the same game we've been playing since kindergarten, first grade. So I would say that, and it's been able to ease a lot of nerves and just allow me to have fun with it.
Kendall's got time for one more.
Kendall, you came in as an out-of-range recruited guy. steps that you took along the way to get to being ready for this opportunity?
I would say development is the biggest thing above all because, coming out of high school, it's like they kind of hype your head up, 5-star, this ranking, the best in your hometown or whatever. So it's like you kind of have an idea. It's not like you have an idea, but you think you're at a better point than you're at, which a lot of people get woken up day one when we put on pads in college because this isn't a place where you're just going to get by off of skill alone. Everybody has the skill aspect. So I would say the development. I remember my first day coming in and pass blocking against Channing and Kobe and Quay, and they were giving me the business every day. Like those guys, they were just, I came in as a freshman. That's not what I was really, made for at that point. But year after year, just kind of going against our best linebackers every single day, and not wanting them to take it easy on pass pro reps or getting different with the route working and things like that. I would say development is everything because if you come into Georgia and you leave Georgia as the same product, then you failed yourself. The school has failed you. The coaches have failed you. Because at the end of the day, when you sign on the dotted line to come here, you kind of tell the coaches that, okay, I have this expectation and I trust you to, push me and make me into the person that I get to the goals that I have, put on a plate for you to see. So I would say, for somebody coming in, they have to kind of accept that development, accept the hard coaching, accept the times when they don't agree with something, accept everything that comes along with it because, the coaches don't get anything out of it if, you just don't succeed. They don't want to see somebody just be a regular athlete. They want to see somebody reach the goals that, they essentially want to reach. So I feel like coming in with that mindset that you want to get better, that'll take somebody a very long way. And I've seen it firsthand from guys like, Chris Smith, who he's in the league now, and Amir Speed, he's in the league. Eric Stokes, these are guys that I'm with every day. Even Kobe, Quay, JD, Trayvon, like all of these guys. I say the best example is when I came in, everybody had hype about, not hype, but everybody knew about Nolan Smith. Everybody knew, the ranking coming out of high school. Shoot, I was in California and I heard about, him at IMG. But at the end of the day, he had to, I wouldn't say sit, but he had to be in the shadows for a good 3 years, you know what I mean? And we have a lot of guys that come in and they don't get that instant gratification and they leave. But I feel like if anybody's the best example is Nolan Smith because he showed what it means to stay down until your time in those shows. And I feel like everything he's getting, he deserves. So that's the main thing that I feel about it.
Thank you, Kendall.